The small miracles of Mandalay. A woman is pulled out of the rubble in the earthquake that has already cost at least 2,000 lives. These rescues are rare. Thousands are injured, hundreds are still missing. The devastation across Myanmar not clear 3 days on. In neighbouring Thailand, the stories of survival from the Bangkok tower collapse. This man, incredibly, was on the 29th floor.
I told people to move away towards the edge, then it all just came crashing down.
We'll look at an aid operation hampered by the scale of the destruction in Myanmar and the ongoing civil war. Also tonight. No deal on Trump's tariff, no exemption for the UK on the new US import taxes. So what now? Marine Le Pen, the far-right leader, under house arrest tonight. She says the court's verdict is to stop her running for president. But will it weaken or strengthen France's far-right movement? The dramas that change reality. The Prime Minister hosts the Adolescence Writers as Netflix announces schools can stream it for free. And
I had a good grilled cheese sandwich when I got home.
Home-to-home comforts. The NASA 2 on coming back down to Earth after being stranded in space.
This is ITV News at 10 with Nina Hossain.
Good evening. By day and by night, rescue teams in Myanmar and Thailand are searching for survivors of an earthquake that has already claimed more than 2,000 lives. In Thailand's capital, this is the floodlit, painstaking operation to recover bodies from the tower that collapsed, with hope of finding more people alive dwindling by the hour. But there are incredible stories of survival, of the workers recovering in hospital who were in that tower when it came crashing down. We spoke to one man who was on the 29th floor when it collapsed in seconds. But the situation in neighbouring Myanmar couldn't be more challenging or complex. Many parts of the country are unreachable, the scale of the destruction unknown, and all the while, the violence of a civil war rages on. Even before the earthquake, millions of people in Myanmar were in urgent need of aid. For 4 years, the country has been gripped by civil war, isolated from the outside world. Now the desperation is even more pressing. John is here. John, take us through some of the many challenges.
Nina, it is hard to imagine a country less resilient to the devastation wrought by this massive earthquake. The official count of dead and injured, perhaps deliberately, that could well turn a disaster into an even bigger catastrophe. Nina.
John, thank you very much. Thank you. The White House has tonight made it clear beyond any doubt that no country will be spared from tariffs this week. Donald Trump has referred to Wednesday as Liberation Day, though markets around the world haven't been quite as upbeat. In Asia, the Nikkei fell by 4% today. Here, the FTSE 100 also dropped over the course of the day. And on Wall Street, the Nasdaq fared better, dropping by 0.14%. We can speak live to Dan in Washington tonight. Dan, there doesn't appear to be any sign tonight of the president backing down on this. Dan, thank you very much. Thank you. Here, ministers had hoped to secure a deal that would negate the tariffs. For weeks, frantic negotiations have taken place, but Downing Street today admitted defeat. The government is now looking at how to protect the worst affected industries. 45% of what we export to the US is machinery and transport, worth £27.2 billion. That includes £6.4 billion of car exports. 18% of all the vehicles made in the UK are sold in the US. Chemicals are the second largest commodity exported, with £8.8 billion worth of pharmaceutical products. Also making up a large proportion of sales, organic chemicals, power generators and scientific instruments. In total, exports to the US are worth £60 billion, making up 15% of the country's outgoing trade. Robert joins me now. We're heading for this so-called Liberation Day. Is there anything the government has left that it can do to try to avoid these tariffs? Robert, thank you very much. Thank you. With a face of thunder, Marine Le Pen stormed out of a Paris court today, her hopes of becoming president seemingly in tatters. She had just been found guilty of embezzling EU funds, a crime that landed her a suspended jail term and, crucially, a ban from public office. It means the National Rally leader won't be allowed to run in 2027. Tonight, Le Pen said the trial was a political attack and that millions of her supporters had been deprived of a vote. James, thank you. Thank you very much. There should have been Eid celebrations across Gaza today as Muslims mark the end of Ramadan. Instead, hundreds gathered to mourn the loss of 8 Red Crescent workers killed in an Israeli airstrike last week. Israel's attacks have intensified since the war resumed. That is impacting Palestinians and public opinion in Israel itself. There are rare occasions when television drama has the power to impact reality, even bring about real change. In 1990, the drama Who Bombed Birmingham played a vital role in the campaign to free the Birmingham Six. 10 years later, Queer as Folk transformed the way gay relationships were perceived. And only last year we saw the incredible impact of Mr. Bates versus the Post Office. The latest in that proud tradition appears to be the Netflix drama Adolescence. The conversation it started around boys, radicalisation and online misogyny has now reached the highest level of government. Finally tonight, for 9 months, the world has been clamouring to hear from Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams. The 2 astronauts' story of getting stuck in space was followed intensely. Now, back on Earth, the world's media has finally had a chance to quiz the pair. They spoke about the mission, their reflections and recovery, and how you can't get a decent cheese sandwich in space. And that's all we've got time for tonight from all the team here. Thank you for watching. Good night.
Today will be lovely to start with before quickly spreading to all parts later. Heinz Seriously Good Mayonnaise sponsors ITV National Weather.
Hello there, very good evening to you. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous and it's time to get out and enjoy it. That's it. Good night, sleep well.
Heinz Beans sponsors ITV National Weather.
Good evening, I'm Antoine Allen. Now the main stories in London. An 11-year-old girl was still missing after police say she went in the Thames. A woman has been arrested after police found the body of a newborn baby in Notting Hill last week. The Silvertown Tunnel opens in East End next week and the row over who should be able to use it is showing no sign of slowing down. TfL says it will lead to traffic away from the regular congested Blackwall Tunnel, but campaigners argue it will only bring toxic fumes from traffic to residents. Anna Geary has more. And finally, Hollywood's latest offering features a terror attack on London. Now time for the weather. Here's Sally with your forecast.
ITV London weekday weather is sponsored by Octopus, the renewable energy company.
Hello there, very good evening to you. Hope you had a lovely Monday. What a lovely start to the day. Golden medallions throughout. That's it, take care. Good night, sleep well.
Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
That's it from us. We'll be back with updates during Good Morning Britain. Until then, from everyone on the London team, good night.
Are we ready, team?